What's up guys? Long time no see. It's actually been about a week since I last filmed. I had no plan on taking a week break, but I've been in the house catching up on some things. If you were with me last year, I started painting my house, and then I kind of just took a break. I got tired of painting, and so over the last, I want to say like 3 days, I have finished painting the dining room, and I've also finished painting the living room, and then I even started hanging up decor. So I had most of my decor from our previous house, and then some of the stuff I bought when we lived in an RV, and I was just holding on to it because I knew this is how I wanted to decorate my house. So I actually last night finished hanging up some of my baskets and stuff like that. So I'm gonna turn you around and show you, and then we're gonna head outside. So in this entryway, I just bought these frames from Dollar Tree yesterday, and they look really good. But I set up this table right here, and then last night the last thing I did was hang up my basket wall. One of my baskets, a small one like that one, fell. So I was just using tape, so I have to hang that back up. But that's what it looks like. This sign I bought, and it was actually on display in my previous house when we sold it. It was in my bedroom though. And then all of these baskets I've thrifted from like Goodwill and thrift stores. Most of those circle ones said 99 cents on them. I even had some that said 50 cents. And then my son ended up hanging up these shelves for me, which is really, really nice. So I'll just back up and show you. I have that whole side now done. So on top of clearing and painting, and most of all of that decor was in storage bins. I've also been getting ready for our homeschool year, so I've been in the garage looking through all of our homeschool material to see which ones I'm gonna keep and what I needed to buy. So I did do some purchasing of just a few odds and end material. I told you guys previously that I was changing this area, so I was going to make this area right here at the front of my garden all with my metal beds. So I'm going to take the last two that are over there, it's the blue one and the purple one, and I'm going to be moving them to this area. So I'll have one on this side, one on this side. I'm gonna have a trellis here. I already have 2 metal beds that you guys haven't seen before. Those actually came out of the orchard area where I tried to grow things in them. They're empty right now just because we had, I think my German Shepherd was over there, and she's the one who dug out those beds. So they were basically empty, and then the ones that had some soil in it was filled with ant piles. So we just ended up emptying it, leaving the soil over there, and then bringing the containers over here. And then the other 2 containers, because I'm changing this whole side, I want this whole side to be clear. So then these last 2 beds right here, I'm going to actually bring inside of the hoop house on the right side. So this side will all be clear. So we've been working on that. So that's why I've been kind of letting the crops inside of these metal beds. I'm just waiting for them to die back so that we can remove them. The garden is definitely really jungly. We're mid-July, where it's like everything is going wild. I have so many watermelons over here, so I came to check on them, on these watermelon, to see if any is ready. I've been waiting on that cantaloupe, and now it may look like I've waited too long because it's detached. It still feels pretty solid. Whoa! Oops. Actually, maybe it might still be good. It's still solid. and nothing's eaten it. I wait for my cantaloupes to detach by themselves. I've actually already picked 2 watermelons. One was right there, and that one was 25 pounds. This one looks a lot bigger. Usually they say a watermelon is ready when the tendril close to it is dried up, which this one is, but it still feels pretty stuck on the vine, so I'm not exactly sure. Okay, I don't want to get distracted. I came to check on this cantaloupe and watermelon, but the main thing I came out here to grab are all of the spicy peppers. If I can get to my not spicy pepper bed as well, I will, but I'm gonna start on the spicy pepper bed. I see an eggplant that's ready. So we'll see what we can get. This one plant right here has so many peppers. It's ridiculous. What kind is it? A lemon drop? Which technically, I guess, only a few are actually yellow, but still, there's so many that have the potential to be yellow. So another thing that I've been doing while I haven't been filming is canning. So yesterday I made I think it was 12 more containers of barbecue sauce. I had them before I came inside. My electric canner only cans, I think, 7 or 8 jars. So I had to finish canning the last of them this morning, the last 3 or 4. So I started that before I came outside. The barbecue sauce with the molasses we like way better, so I know next year not to make the other barbecue sauce because we used it once and it was fine, but we've just been using the barbecue sauce with the molasses more than the other one without the molasses. Even though they both taste good, we just prefer the smokier molasses one. So we have been harvesting tomatoes off camera, and then I've just been preserving them right away. The last time we picked tomatoes, I sent my girls out here, and it was, I think it was 22 pounds of tomatoes, and that's what we made the sauce with. There's so many shishitos we might have. Might could do blistered shishitos tonight. This is the point in the garden where my freezer is full, and so I can't put any more straight into the freezer, so I just have to start preserving. And so that's what I've been doing. I don't do a lot of preserving on this channel just because usually when I do, they're not very popular videos, and it messes with the algorithm. But I have been preserving. Although there's so many peppers on here, I'm gonna leave all the green ones and just take the yellow ones, since its name is lemon drop. I want them to be perfectly harvestable, especially since there's nothing's eating them, nothing's wrong with them, so I might as well leave them on here. That's so long. What's that say? A sweet banana. Hi, are you gonna help me pick peppers? Yeah. Yeah, I'm over here picking peppers.
Can I see if there's a red pepper over there?
A red pepper over where?
Over there.
Sure. So these are cayenne purple, and I grew these because I wanted to have them for the winter when I make, what is it called? Fire cider.
It fell off the bench.
What'd you say?
It fell off.
Okay, put it in the basket, or bring a basket with you. There you go. You wanna hold it?
Yeah.
Okay, you can put peppers in there.
There's even purple peppers.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Maybe this one is ready.
No, you could leave that one.
Okay.
The shape of this pepper is so cool.
Mommy, you remember the things? Mommy, wow. That's a huge pepper.
That is, you can pick it. This is like my 4th or 5th eggplant that I've picked. Oops.
Mommy, go pick the other one.
Yeah, you can pick the other one.
This thing and this one.
Yeah, you can pick that one. This year has been so different for me, just because of just because of how much I've harvested so early on the season, that I can't believe we're just in mid-July and our season, like our first frost isn't coming until November, which seems crazy because I'm already like over garden season. Like I could end the garden season right now and be fine. And when I think about it, we still have like August, September, October. We still have more than 90 days, like probably 100 days before our last frost. And I'm perfectly content with the amount of harvest because I still have like 10 bags of tomatoes that I have to preserve in my freezers. I still have 4-gallon size bags of onions. That's another thing I think we did off camera, was chop up all the onions. I just still have so much stuff to prepare that will keep me busy. And then school starting back, and we homeschool if you don't know, so I would be perfectly content ending the season. But obviously like there's some beds on the other side that I'm not even harvesting from anymore, but I'm leaving them even though they've gone to seed, like my bean trellis, I have not taken out the beans that have dried on there and replanted, just because if I pull the, like, I know myself, and if I pull out all of those dead bean leaves or the ones that dried up, I'm not going to replant that right away, and it's just going to get overtaken with weeds. And with 100 days still in our growing season before our frost, that would be a disaster waiting to happen. And so there's some beds over there that I'm just leaving, even though I'm not harvesting from them, because the soil wants to be covered, and if I'm not going to cover it, keep it covered with, ooh, I just found my first armyworm over here. If I'm not going to keep it covered with good things, nature's going to keep it covered with weeds, and I don't want that, especially in those bean beds, because I haven't those beds aren't covered with landscape fabric. So we're just going to be leaving those at least until, because I don't think I might plant a fall round of beans. I'm not really sure, and if I do that, I have to wait until August, I think, when it cools down. But I don't know how I'll feel at that time, because I'm not planning on having a fall garden inside of my main garden. I'm planning on, because I want to take down some of the trellising, so like all of my hoops that are on that side, I want to take them down, and I'm going to be redesigning them. And I've already told you what I'm doing with my metal raised beds. And so with all of that, I'm not going to be planting a fall crop in this garden. When I do fall gardening, it's going to be inside of my hoop house. Now I have to get all of these to the basket.
I gotta get off these on my lap. Okay, maybe a little help with them, babe. Maybe we'll go wild. Okay, that was... I can't even get up with all of them.
You can't get up with all of them?
No. There's too much. Oh.
Here.
Well. I'm also on my phone.
Thank you.
Those are a lot.
That is a lot. Okay, that's pretty much all of the peppers from both of those beds. I dropped one.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go, I'm going to move this. I still have a few minutes left. So I'm going to go to the bell pepper bed down there real quick and see if there's any bell peppers I can harvest before we go inside. Okay.
Mommy, I saw a big watermelon over there.
Yeah, we're not picking the watermelon right now. Let's see if this has a hole. Doesn't. It was on the floor, so I was definitely expecting it to have a hole. That one's mushy.
Ew, mushy.
But this one's not.
Mommy, that one got flat.
Yep. The morning glory in here is trying to take over.
Ew. Ew. Couple juice.
Oh, there's one down there.
Get off the plant already. Huh. Looks like this one is good.
That one's good.
Yeah. Last time I tried this, the other one, mushy cut one on my hand.
Come on.
You see, that one's big.
Actually, something was biting right there. It didn't get through. Wow, that's a big pepper. Just take the leaves off.
Okay. But why do you have to take the leaves off?
Because we don't want the leaves, we just want the pepper.
Ugh, I always say that too.
That one's big.
Oh no, there's more I didn't do. Whoa. Yeah.
That's really pretty.
What's really pretty?
This pepper. This one.
Ah, that is pretty.
These are all habanadas. I tasted a few of these off camera and they actually have a sweet taste like habanero's known for, but it's not spicy.
How about if you were on my side, you could watch it.
And there's 2 plants in there. It's quite a few.
This one is the white one?
Yeah, it's pretty.
What is this? Ew. Mommy, it seems like someone was having a nest.
Yeah.
Ew. I don't want no nest on this one. Just gonna take off the web.
Seems like that's everything harvestable in this bed. The garden is definitely a jungle to get through these pathways. That's something I've been like writing down in my notes. It's like, what does the garden look like right now? Because a lot of the times I'm very optimistic in the beginning of the year, like, oh, these plants won't get that big, and so then I plant a lot, and then
I can hold this other one.
at the middle of the season, when it's a jungle, I'm like, oh wow. Perfect example is down this aisle right here. Technically, I didn't plant that basil, but I probably would have planted basil here because I planted basils the last 2 years, and I always forget how big and wide it gets where I can barely walk down the pathways when it's July and August. Same thing over here. You can't even see that there's a pathway over here, so I don't even use this side to walk down anymore because it's like non-existent with the basil. So next year, you guys remind me if you see me trying to plant basil in this middle bed, don't do it. No basil, no tomatoes, and I'm gonna take down this trellis just so I can be able to walk down there. Like, you literally can't see that there's a pathway. Yeah, I have to rip out this corn. I think we've harvested all of the corn that's here to harvest. The first time I harvested like 16 of them, and I showed you guys, and then I came out here probably last week and harvested another like 8. Yeah, you can try that one. And so this bed is pretty much dead. No, you don't pull it up, you gotta pull it down so it can snap off. Yeah, good job. Yeah, you can open that one and see.
Maybe this one's good. Let's see. It has a lot of wrapping.
Yeah, let's put the wrapping inside here.
Yeah, huh? Is it ready?
Oh yeah.
It's all.
Here, open this one too. That one's yellow, which is crazy because we planted white corn here.
Yeah.
That one looks yellow too.
It is yellow.
Oh yeah, it is. Okay, we'll bring those 2 inside. I made Mexican street corn with my Argent corn and brought it to a potluck. It was delicious. Everyone ate it. I was just like, wow, I would definitely grow that again. I've said in that video how my family does not eat corn, but even the ones who do not well, most of my family don't eat corn, but the ones that don't eat corn, they ate the Mexican street corn. Well, they don't really like, I figured, corn on the cob for whatever reason. So that Mexican street corn though was delicious. I was coming over here because I saw some bright red tomatoes over here, so I wanted to see what they were. But yeah, and so I want to plant a second round of corn, but I'm not pulling out this corn right here. My second round of corn is actually inside of the front of the garden, and it is grinding corn, so it's not even sweet corn, so I can't. And I did that one so that I could grind it myself and see if I could make something out of it, because I've never grinded my corn. And I could feed it to my animals. Technically, I could take these stalks down and feed it to my animals, but like I said, I'm not trying to take down any trellising because, or any plants, because then weeds are gonna grow.
Mommy.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, can you grab this cantaloupe right here?
yeah, we have
This one right here.
corn. Yellow corn.
Thank you. Okay, come on, let's go weigh it.
Ew, I thought this was one corn.
You're strong.
Yeah. No, this one's bad.
I'm very proud of myself because I've still managed to weigh all the produce coming in, whether it's on camera or not. And so I'm gonna be really excited at the end of the year to weigh all my totals for like tomatoes, spicy peppers, bell peppers, even the stuff I've given away, I've weighed, just so that I know how much. And then I'm also writing down like how much cans I have of each thing, so that way I know how to adjust next year. My goal this year was to grow whatever I grow. I want to grow enough of it for the year, and I wanted to be able to grow all of my tomato needs, and so that included I've done salsa, barbecue sauce, pasta sauce, what else? I'm trying to think. So two different kinds of salsa, 2 different kinds of barbecue sauce, 2 different kinds of pasta sauce, and I haven't made ketchup yet, which my kids do use ketchup, and I don't know if I'll actually make ketchup. What did you say?
This is 3 pounds.
3? Okay, thank you. So this is the barbecue sauce from last night. You can see how thick it is. It got way thicker than I was meaning for it to, and then the second round just ended in here. So that says 6.6 pounds, and that's the spicy peppers. And that is 6 pounds for the sweet pepper. And I did remember to take out the eggplant and the corn. My thought, since it was yellow, I was thinking that it might not be sweet corn, it might be what is it called? Not sweet corn. What is it called? Anyway, I was thinking field corn, that's what it's called. I was thinking it might be field corn since it's yellow, but it seems like she says it's sweet. I'm not gonna taste it because it's breakfast time. It's 9. So thank you guys for hanging out with me, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.